All right, welcome to another episode of Careful Boys. I would like to talk about a very funny thing that happened at the Grammys.
We're at the Grammys.
No,
That would be such a flex. He's like, I want to talk about a couple things that happened at Grammys.
We're like, you were there, but you would surprise us like that.
that's a stupid surprise.
No, but you're like the most connected to the music industry from all of us.
You probably won a Grammy.
Yeah,
You probably will win a Grammy. Actually, I think Ryan's gonna win a Grammy.
for Best Picture story.
If I did, I would get one of those.
Wait, didn't you guys win an Emmy though?
Yeah, but that's like,
That's right next door to a Grammy.
And now you do music.
Can I be Ryan's bully and say, you ain't never going to win a Grammy?
yeah, dude, that's tight.
Hey, you ain't never going to win no Grammy, boy.
That's the type of talk that'll make me want to win a Grammy. All right, so Billie Eilish said something pretty funny.
You're gonna win a Grammy. You're gonna win.
She said something pretty funny during her acceptance speech. She said that, that hilarious line, the most pandering line. Yeah, she goes, no one is illegal on stolen land, which is like, of course, a very popular thing when you want.
It's a meme now.
Yeah, it's a meme now. And of course, everybody cheered. All the landowners in the crowd cheered.
Yes,
Yeah.
cunt.
All the ones in Malibu and
And then and now, because she said that, Sinai Law Firm is offering to serve Billie Eilish an eviction notice because her $3 million mansion property sits on ancestral land belonging to the indigenous people of the Tongva tribe.
I saw it on their Instagram.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Tongva tribe is like the historical tribe that kind of owns most, or should own the most of LA Basin if the whole thing didn't happen. The whole conquer.
Geopolitics didn't exist.
I think they went all the way from like the Gabrielinos, OG name. I think they're the Tongvas, but they went all the way from East LA, all the way to the Wadas.
And so,
But I like the Chumash better. That's my people's.
Great casino. Great casinos.
okay, so the 30-day notice is already written and ready to be served, and here's what the tribe had to say. They were so
They say how?
Oh my God.
Well, I have to ask because white people always want to know.
So the law firm said that Eilish's admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe a rightful action for possession as the true owner of the property.
You know what's fucked up though? They're kind of eating their own because they're the people on your team that are actually trying to like say some shit, but then now they're just like, all right, let me have your shit then.
I call.
It is kind of whack though when they're like virtue signaling, like if they're just saying things but they don't really mean it.
That's what all these celebrities are doing.
Exactly.
That's what they do, and they do it like to each other.
They don't live it, they say it.
So this is what the tribe had to say. They said, Eilish has not contacted our tribe directly regarding her property. We do value the instance when public figures provide visibility to the true history of this country. It is our hope that in future discussions, the tribe can explicitly be referenced to ensure the public understands that the greater Los Angeles Basin remains Gabrielino Tongva territory. So after this came out and everything, the law firm had to, they basically announced that it was really just a joke, that they weren't really going to do that.
Yeah, it's obviously very good marketing.
Yeah, it's just marketing. But through the discourse, people have found that although like Billie Eilish does donate a lot of money to different charities and whatever, that there is no record of her ever making a financial commitment or agreement with any of the indigenous groups that own or are connected to the land she owns on.
Yeah, because people just want to say sound bites and sound and look cool.
Yeah, I think doing the whole like stolen land speech while you own so much land compared to the people that are cheering for you, like your fans, is really funny. I think it's really good.
I just love cutting to people in the crowd just clapping like seals during that. Like Sabrina Carpenter clapping like, oh my God, finally somebody says it. It's like everybody says it. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're not saying anything new. Everyone says it.
I just don't understand how like when celebrities saying it, why is that empowering? They own the most land out of any of these, like in terms of I guess like people with fans. Like,
Or I feel like they're so delusional. Everything's so political now. So they're saying it as if like a F you to the other party, not realizing that they actually have way more in common with the other party than they do with a regular person.
I mean, in capitalism, that's where they come together.
Yeah.
But that's called champagne socialist, where like they, what's that one guy, Michael Moore, like these like, or like Bernie Sanders, where they got $1 million homes, but they're talking about the every person.
Multi homes.
Yeah, so it's like it's very hypocritical. But like there are people like what's his name? Fucking Matrix. Keanu Reeves, he doesn't even publicize his charity. He's just like, he's at a soup kitchen just fucking feeding people, and someone takes a picture of him, and then he gets caught doing charity. So I don't know if that's paparazzi work,
That's tight.
but like he's caught in a subway. He's just with everybody, but you don't see him going like, you know what? We need to give the land to the natives. Like you don't see him doing that shit.
Yeah.
I think it's when the number one, the idea of a celebrity means like the few. Like there's no way that a majority can be a celebrity. So when you're already in that super elite minority group, like you just got to be accepting that regardless of intention, everything's gonna be hyper scrutinized, right? It's like if you're gonna be mad or defensive about somebody like Billie Eilish saying the whole stolen land thing, then you got to play both sides to Elon Musk throwing up a zig heil that clearly looked like a zig heil.
Yeah.
He could say like, my heart goes out to you, but then it's like, okay, good and bad, that for sure look like a zig heil. And that's the same thing with like a Billie Eilish. It's like, dude, like I actually do see and understand your heart and what you're trying to do with your platform, with the charity action or whatever. But you just got to remember, in the minority group of being a celebrity, everything's going to be scrutinized. If that's the exact word choice that you want to put out there, just recognize what that's going to do. Versus even, you know, a Bad Bunny who doesn't have as much English prowess and gets to go out there and just be like, ice out. Be like, okay, everybody gets that message. You don't have to overly scrutinize it. If you want to say the same thing, just say it. Move on, because this platform is an award show for like the awesome music you made. Use it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not like Ricky Gervais on it. I'm just saying, like, you know, just know that as a celebrity, you will be scrutinized. So just be extra careful. And you just said something.
The reason why the Ricky Gervais's joke works so well is because everyone does that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And because it wasn't a joke.
Well, exactly. But it kind of was, though, because he knows exactly, because he knows that people are going to do it anyway. But like everyone does this about their own platform, about whatever's going on, and it's always so empty, like the junk food of political discourse.
What's pissing a lot of people off is like it's a lot of lip service. We're like, oh, I feel this way, but it's like, yeah, you feel this way while you have a home on stolen land. So it's like, why are you a hypocrite? If she was about it. And then she's actually hanging with the tribe. They're talking about it. She's she's doing all these things for charity, helping them out.
She's like Paul Newman. Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, and I'm giving up my house for a rehab center for the tribe that wants to go back, you know, like whatever. And it's like, okay, you're about it. And so I think that's what people want to see is like the actions and not just you fucking saying shit. So you feel good about yourself. Oh, I did something brave.
But isn't it still kind of collapsing in itself? If let's say that she is, you know, donating money to Tongva tribe or whatever, the idea that like, oh, this land shouldn't have borders and it should be for everyone. Yet you buy a $3 million estate and you wall it. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, it is. It's a microcosm of the same.
How are you not like at least like able to see the idea of like, well, you're buying into the same system you want to take down,
and you're enabling that system because you're
contributing to keeping it alive.
I think I do think that's a tough one. It's hard, right? It's like us being like kind of low key as an entire society okay with Leo dating like 21-year-olds as long as he keeps saving the planet and making sick movies. It's like he sticks to his lane of what he knows and what he likes, and then he just tries his best. And it's like you accept how people in the world and in the system at which we like exist operate.
Yeah, but I like Leo. I don't know Billie Eilish's music.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the irony. It's like she's trying to dismantle the same system that she lives in, the same rules that she's playing to her favor.
That's what I think she's not aware of. Because if you're truly about stolen land or not stolen land, then technically you wouldn't have anyone checking people's tickets when they go to your concerts. You would just have free concerts. You know, it's like
she trespassed some guy that came. Yeah.
Everywhere, everyone's free. Everyone should be able to go everywhere. You know,
you know what it feels like when rich people or like celebrities say this? It's like you do the suffering because it's the virtuous thing to do. And I think that's what pisses people off. So it's like, let's say they want to take a stance on no guns, right? But they live in a very rich neighborhood full of security.
Their own security's armed.
Security's armed. They don't need guns. So they go, but what about the people that's in a gang-infested neighborhood. All the gangs have guns, but what, they can't protect themselves?
Tell it to a single mother who had to use a gun to defend her home.
So then, but they're not thinking about them. They're thinking about, I don't need it. Why do you need it?
I give a little bit more grace for the sake of this conversation. I'll give a little bit more grace because like maybe in the ecosystem, which we know with the Hollywood and the music industry is like has its own levels of complexities and stuff like that. She's one of those like really uniquely rare stories where it's like her and her brother like wrote everything and like basically self-produced and like are those like we did it off of the skin of our own like back. So like even maybe the acquisition of like this amount of property that with walls up and stuff like that, maybe there's the feeling of like, hey, people can do great things if you give them space versus thinking that yada yada. So I might give a little bit of grace to that. I think it's just in juxtaposition. At the same time, you have like a jelly roll, right? You guys see his like speech and also like a little interview after the fact.
And that pissed people off too.
Because of Jesus Christ thing?
I think that's what I think maybe getting at is like the authenticity that you can feel from those people. So like he gets interviewed after the fact about how everybody's talking about Ice Out. So they ask him about it, and he's like, you know what, man, I'm really glad you asked that because I'm just in tune with people who want to know my opinion, which is I don't think you should care about my opinion. I don't know anything about these things because I was offline. I was off social media until a couple weeks ago or whatever the fuck. He's like, I came from like trash and all we cared about was trying to survive. So I'm just not connected to and in tune with it. So like, I don't know if I have an opinion. So I don't think you should listen to mine. And it's like, wait, I understand how that might trigger somebody, but I'm attached to his authenticity.
It's honest, at least, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's all Billie Eilish can say that. And that's what you're saying, right?
I'm attached to Billie's retardation. I'm like, you're just young and retarded. You don't even know what you're saying.
If she was doing these things in some capacity at which she was like paying or like donating to the Tonga tribe or like working with them.
But that's the problem is it's so empty. Like it's no different than a celebrity wearing a ribbon when they're on an award show and they go, I want to raise awareness for this cause. I want to raise awareness. Okay, I just want everyone to know that I'm raising awareness. And it's like, oh, cool. Are you doing something for the cause? Well, yeah, I'm raising awareness. And you're like, exactly.
I think my personal gripe is like, so I work with charities and Hannah's like from day one, she just finds things and does shit, right? I don't parade around. But when I feel like now everybody's about charity and doing things, and I feel like it's more of a popular thing to do, we'll do fundraisers. We'll do things and say, hey, Jumi, for the holidays, we're going to do all this shit. We have the Women's Center we're working with nonprofits for fucking animal, like fucking conservatory, all this shit, right? No one pulls up. Everybody talks. Everybody fucking goes, yeah. And that pisses me off more than before when it was unpopular. When it was unpopular, it was just like, yeah, they don't want to fucking, it's like, don't get me all hard and you're not going to fucking suck my dick. It's like, don't get me too horny.
So true.
And then that's what I think is going on is the inauthenticity. Maybe she's being 100%, but I think people are sick of the virtue signaling today where everyone's like, yeah, I'm all about this cause. All right, pull up.
But here's where you're fucking up. You don't have a camera crew there. If you had a camera crew there with a fucking bunch of lights, then guess who pulls up? Oh, everyone suddenly comes.
Yeah. And then we have hella people that.
And I wish it wasn't like that. I really wish it wasn't like that, but it is.
Yeah. Plus, it's very obvious when certain artists are just pandering to their own fandom, where it's like, it's too late. It's like when you look at what Billie Eilish said versus what Jelly Roll said, they both said things that are respectively received to their own audiences. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's what Billie Eilish's people want to hear. That's what his people want to hear.
But it's also, and this is maybe a little bit of a wide swing, but people go like Lady Gaga will go like, you're born this way and all this stuff. And then she's like, and yeah, you should get to cut your dick off if you want to. So it's like
contradictory.
I don't know, man. I don't know if this all works out. I don't know if you're really sitting down and thinking about this. Maybe you should for a little while before you talk so much.
Plus, a lot of her fandom, the way that they're scrutinizing the Epstein files and all of the like satanic whatever, but all of her imagery has kind of been sort of in line with that. But then it doesn't count because that's art.
I support the art part of it always, but you can't tell people they're born this way in one sentence and then the next say, cut your tits off. You know what I mean? Like
what if you're born to cut your tits off?
I just think that's nuts, man.
I think we already have too many people spreading awareness. We just need people to do shit.
You just need a scientist nerd to create the cure for what everyone's spreading awareness on.
Everyone's talking about, I'm doing my part. I'm spreading awareness. It's like, nah, dude, we got too much.
You're spreading malaria. We need a vaccine.
I need you to donate. I need you to pull up, put in some time, put in some fucking labor to the charity. Like, do shit. Do something.
That's why at least OnlyFans chicks, They will wear yoga pants, bend all the fucking way over, and then tell you what the cause is. They're actually doing something, raising awareness that everyone pays attention to.